Okay, people, now we are on our way to Nukulau. We're gonna leave Makuluba, this beautiful island here. And people, that's what I would call the Coup d'etat island. So in Fiji, there's been a lot of tensions in the political scene, you know. There's been a few coup d'etat, and the one in 2000, I think, was started by this man called Speight, and he's released now. But back then, I think he went to the government and actually took over the parliament, the parliament building, or the Itoke affairs. I can't really remember which building it was. When the military arrested him, he was brought over to this island over there, Nukulau, and there he was kept hostage for, people say, about 2 years before he was transferred to prison. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't really know the number. That's what I've heard. So we're gonna go and take a look of the coup d'etat prison island. And then we'll talk more about Fiji's history. So yeah, see that. Whoa, big sunk. It was a real sunk, real travel. Nukulau, also known as Coup d'etat prison island. Oh no, I just call it that because it was here Speight was kept, or jailed, or what you would call it. Not a bad place to stay, eh? If you're in jail, fuck man. If they brought me to this island and said, "This is your jail," I'd be like, okay, no worries. You don't even have to guard me. I'll just stay here forever. Look. Okay, let's get off. Wait. Yeah. So people, when they brought him to this island, a lot of outer islands and also the people from Rewa, they use this passage to go to and from Suva. And when they kept him here, people couldn't cross, even the big ships. If you came here, the military will be waiting for you and ask you politely to leave. If not, then they will draw their guns and basically, That's how intense the situation was back then. And I remember I was actually in Fiji during that coup d'etat. I was at school, and then it came in the news, and then basically they said all school should stop immediately. So lunchtime we went home, and I was actually supposed to go to Denmark. We couldn't come to Subo, we couldn't do my passport because of the coup, so we had to wait, and my parents had to reschedule their tickets. It was all crazy, and luckily everything was okay again, and then I could leave for Denmark. But it was a very, very hectic period in Fiji, you know. I was just a little boy back then, but it was like everyday topic. And also I think in Levuka they took over Pafco, some of them. Yeah, it went all the way to Levuka, the old capital. And this is where the guy that started it all, where he spent like a few years, I was told, before he was transferred. And I think late last year, he was released from prison. But yeah, that's Fiji politics for you. A lot of coup d'etat has happened during our short span of self-governing, you know. I don't know what to say about it. Like, the last one was the Bainimarama period, Bainimarama regime. He took over the government and, you know, brought a lot of changes. But now he's in jail for corruption, so brought a lot of changes, but also brought a lot of corruption too. So, and the new government, I don't know, because I don't follow politics. And you hear about Bainimarama because it was all over the news, you know, when he went to jail for corruption. I think it's going to be for a year. So, yeah, a lot of changes, but also a lot of corruption. But the new government, I don't know. Don't follow it. It just makes your head sore, I think. Look. And here. As I said again, it's not a bad place to spend your time being a convict, you know. If they put me here, I would say to the military, the special forces, everyone, the navy, the police, just go have your cover. Don't have to worry about me. I'll stay here. I won't run away, this and that. Nah, I'm good here. So the current prime minister now is Sichibin Rambuga people, and this is the second time he's come into power. The first time he did it by taking over the government. He was a military general, and then he made a coup d'etat. Is it called coup d'etat? It's French, I think. But yeah, then he lost the next election, I think, and then he went to jail for corruption, and then he came out, asked for forgiveness, and now the Fijian people, I guess, giving him a second chance to see if he actually can lead Fiji. But yeah, as I said, Fiji has a lot of potential, a lot of natural wealth, but the people are divided, you know. Even people that are living in the same province are divided. And as we say, okay, Fijians, if you're divided, we can't feed off the land, you know. The land won't give us the resources that it has, you know. We have to make sure we all are the same, think the same, act the same. Our goal is the same. And then the land will automatically give us the wealth that it has in its deposit, you know. That's how it okay say, but right now when I go to other villages and travel around the country, we are like, you know, like this. Even amongst one village, we are like this. No, they're doing it the wrong way, they should do like this, instead of actually like, you know, be one.
Ortona kena ordo sangkaita kena vale andon tu vale andon tu. Lain tiga mana puna atau lain tiga toko mana puna. Ordo tu. Oh, Speight tuntungan nano puna ngako simento ko tungko. Kau yang nanam bai tuntung aku kursi. Sin simento tu. Kau yang mai pakam ke mai tarang kena kursi mai pakam tak kecil itu nggak puna bis kena kau.
Oh ya, sing ni was simento tu.
Simento tu. Simento kau yang tuntungan apa le tarang aku tu tani ngamai kena kau. Tu tani ordo tu tu.
Okay. Na matibol ngi.
Matibol ke lo moni vi ko Kongo.
Oi.
Lo moni vi ko Kongo lo pocin no ya. Tampo mantangan nindu. To sokolem. Kita ngento ke mo kon turang ci komite ya. Kon turang ci ya ko pasunga e ucia. Ko ni bunu kutumbu ko.
Oi.
Do kere kita kom kita do menggol bata. Ndo ngeng kita mesa ngona kita do mai tuyan ke do kita do gol bata kan karena obisa. Obisa ni boleh biasa sokia. Do mate boleh bunuh andra kuasa tu. Dia tu na obisa ni boleh biasa. Ya ran tu na ship ngari bisa.
Sans.
Uang kalip sakele tu ngapa na wabu. Do mesa singa do ke me volleyball tu ke.
So people, imagine, you know, the amount of resources that was spent on this island. Like they had the navy, the army, and the police to make sure George Speight and his people couldn't escape the island, you know. But we'll take a look where his house, or where he was, where he stayed at in this island. But right now, let's relax for a bit, enjoy the view. Look, very lovely. People, it's time for us to explore Coup Prison Island, aka Nukulau. That's what it means in Fijian. Coup Prison Island means Nukulau. True story. And here, the fireplace. There again. So the caretaker is gonna come back tomorrow. He had to leave the island because there was a cyclone last week or the other week. Last week while I was in Australia. But you can see here, Nukulau Immigration Depot. The island stands as a major historic monument for Kirmit or Indian endured history in Fiji. It represents the beginning of the official servitude of Okay. So people, Nukulau is where the Indians, well now the Indo-Fijians, or the first Indians that came to Fiji. Girmit. Anyways, they came to here. This was like the quarantine island. So here they came, got off the ships, and then from there they went to different parts of Fiji. Between 1882 and 1916, a total of 40 ships made 85 voyages, bringing in 60,000 to Nukulau. So they spent about 6 weeks here before being processed and allocated, as I said, to different parts of Fiji. They came to plant or work on the sugar cane farm or business. Very hard, very rough history, Fijian history back then, but now today we have the lovely Indo-Fijians. And I want to say this, people, some people have called me out on being racist towards Indo-Fijians, and I would say this: how can I be racist when my wife is Indo-Fijians, my kids are part Indo-Fijians, and I love Indo-Fijians. I love every people, no matter what color. Like, as long as you're kind to me, I'll be kind to you, and that's the way it should be. But for people to call me a racist, it's just like, bruh, what the hell would I marry an Indo-Fijian if I'm racist? What the hell would I want to have kids with the Indo-Fijian if I was racist? People should marry Indo-Fijians. They're beautiful. They cook good curry. And they take care of you. What else do you need? I mean, I'm sure also other women, all cultures and all races are like that. So people, this is John Brown Williams, an American who came to Fiji and began to purchase land around Fiji, and he bought Nukulau for $30 and Laudala for $50 and was paid in muskets, ammunitions and trade goods. Back then I didn't think our forefathers knew exactly how much land is worth. They were like, fuck it, take it, we'll conquer new lands tomorrow. But now, today, some tribes are like, wanting their land back, and it's hard when people that own the land now have put paperwork, like has it on paper. It's hard to do anything. I understand that maybe your forefathers made a bad decision back then, but he made the decision, and even if he didn't know better, it's on paper, so he can't really do anything. And how that was processed legally or illegally, I don't know, but that's how it went. When the Indians came, they worked on this island, and what I've heard, that the government found out that this American wasn't treating them very nicely, was very rough, hardcore to them, and he was told to leave the island, go back to America. And after he left, the government took over this island till today, and now some tribes in Rewa are like arguing over if the island belongs to them. But till today, the government has taken over this island. So let's see if they're gonna give it back or how it's gonna be. I think it won't happen in the near future. But yeah, let's continue. This looks like a water storage for the water, of course. And this is the highlight, people. The most notorious prisoner during the coup d'etat era in 2000, Mr. George Speight's house. Neta said this was built, this was built after when he left the island, to symbolize where his house was located at. So this wasn't his real house back then, where he was in. Maybe this one. But yeah, look, I think it looks like that, those kind of houses, because he had a few men with him, and they were also jailed here. So one room, one inmate, one room, one inmate, or one little house, one inmate. But yeah, this is the place, man. George Speight. If I save all my health and my beard, I could actually look like George Speight. The new generation George Speight. Oh, people, you won't see me take over the government. Shit, man. I have too much to lose. But yeah, let's take a look inside George Speight's old home. Try to do a good thumbnail here. But yeah, here he would be with his lovely coconut tree and chill, and hopefully hope that it doesn't rain, or else it would be a rough night of sleep. No, but as I said again, this was built after when he left, to symbolize where he was housed. But yeah, plenty of room for yourself, eh? Like, look. And if you get hungry, you can just take this, cut it up. Anyways, this is the highlight of the island, you know, for me, because I, as a small kid, experienced what it was like to live in a country where there was a coup d'etat. George Speight, everybody. But yeah. And people, this is the place you can rent for $2 a day, or $2 per person, I think, if you want to spend a night. Like this one here. Open space. Maybe I should come here and stay overnight, man. And you can see here John Brown, American. But yeah, plenty of space. Nita says that people come in groups here, stay overnight, just bring their mattress or something they can lay on, and then from that they sleep overnight. So let's continue Over here, there's some tracks. Over here, lovely island, eh? And you have pumpkins here, pumpkin plants. But yeah, the coup d'etat people, it really sets Fiji back, you know, because a lot of people migrated to overseas and never looked back. And I think we would be well over 1 million people if all this coup didn't happen, you know. A lot of Indo-Fijians left the country because there was this racial tensions between the Itoke and Indo-Fijians, and I'm not into if it's true or not. Like, that's what I've heard, I've read, and I know, man, Indo-Fijians, they make up almost half of the population. They contribute in massive part to the economy. And you know, I always don't like when I put out content and some, you know, Indo-Fijian say something negative about Itoke people, and vice versa. You know, I've also seen Itoke people say something negative about Indo-Fijians, and you know, some Itoke have said, "Oh, now I've got no culture left." He said it in the comment because I married Indo-Fijian. Like, bruh, you don't know who I am. Like, as I said, the vlogs you see is only a small part of who I am that you get to see. So all the Fijian cultural customs I had to do as a man in order to have my wife be my wife, and also when I had kids with her, what I had to do with the cultural customs in order to respect that, I did all of that. So nobody can call me out on all that shit. So all the things I had to do as a man, as an Itoke man, towards my wife's family in form of cultural traditions, I've done that. You know, la kobi, wakatunundra, kaumateningoni, all that I did. So don't talk to me that I don't have any culture, because I respect my culture enough, and my family and her family enough to do what's necessary and do it the right way. So please stop that crap. Okay, we can't go in here, but I think that is also where one of Judge Speight's men were housed at. If that's true, that thing is a small mbure, but still nice, you know. I mean, you get to live on the freaking island. You know, that's pretty good. But I don't know, like Nita said there was a track here, but I don't know if it's this one. But this is the toilet though. Let's take a look. This is the ladies' bathroom. Man, I don't even know, to be honest. It doesn't look like a track. Abort mission, abort mission. Okay, people, let's just take the way around the island. I think it's easier, because I don't want to be fighting through the jungle. We will head on Shady, then It would have been easier, you know. See people, can you see the far distance? One of the old prison house, I guess. And here is the, I don't know what it is, bathroom. Very lovely. And here is where people went to and from the island, you know, because there would be Navy ship there. They would transport the people who worked here, the police, the Navy, the military, onto the mainland, and then from that the new would come. That came from their shifts, you know, on the island. And this is the jetty. As you can see here, and you can see the mainland and Sioux City in the background. This one has just been done lately. I can see. Holy shit, I don't know if it's safe. Fuck. Okay, you see there. Who was the former of this? Alright, yeah. Why? Look at this, beautiful, eh? Boy, imagine you are, you know, putting so much attention on yourself that you have like the army, the navy, and the police like looking after you, you know, not looking after, but to keep an eye on you, make sure you don't escape. Yeah. See here, it's owned by the Ministry of Land and Mineral Resources. So visitors to the island must have prior approval. Yeah. Don't worry, I have asked for permission to come beforehand. Boy, it's still like surreal to me, to be honest with you, because you always heard about it. And when we used to walk on the seawall in Suva, looking towards this island, you know, you always hear, oh, that's Nukulau, where Judge Speight was kept when he surrendered himself to the officials. And now to finally set foot on it, it's historical, I would say. And also because, you know, you were in the country, like you went through the experience of how it felt to live in a country where coup d'etat took place, you know. And it affected me personally because, as I said, my family were planning to come and take me, and they couldn't come, had to reschedule their tickets. They had to wait to come and get me until the coup d'etat was over. And I remember after the coup d'etat, when I went to Suva with my grandfather and had to do my passport, it was a scary experience, you know. Because, like, imagine a small kid, I was maybe 6 at the time. You hear all about this, like guns, soldiers, you know, and people fighting, this and that. And to come to the big city of Suva, it was like, oh, do I really want to go? Like, well, it was scary. what I can recall. And people, for me, talking about Panimarama, and people will maybe say, oh, he has nothing to say about the new government, that means he support them and stuff like that. I didn't vote for anybody, and that's the same thing when back in Denmark. I don't vote for anybody. The first time I ever voted in Denmark when I was 18, I voted for somebody, but after that I didn't vote for anyone, because for me, I don't know what the different political parties they stand for and stuff like that, and I haven't had the time to read up on it. So for me, it was better just not to vote. So that's why, this new government, if they're good or bad, I can't really say anything because I didn't vote, So it's really my opinion doesn't matter because I didn't put in a tick in order to maybe change the course or help the cause, so that's really why I say I don't really know what this new government is up to, and for me, can't really say anything because I didn't vote the last election, so it doesn't really matter to me. All I want is for Fiji to be a better place, and I think everybody wants to have Fiji to be a better place, and hopefully the ones in the high position can help us get there. See the water, magnificent, unbelievable, seriously. Would you, if you were sentenced to jail for a very long time and you were told you're going to be staying this island, would you feel like you would be in jail? Or you feel like that's better in how I used to live back in the mainland? Some people really think like that. Very, very lovely. You can say Coup, the other island there. Coup something. Man, I can't remember now. Sorry, people. Well, boy, it's like meditation, to hear the sound of the waves. This is one thing I miss about not living in the village anymore. When I used to fall off to sleep and could hear this sound, the waves. You would just fall asleep it wouldn't take you 10 seconds. See, this is what I mean. Look, the mullet fish come straight in. I think that's the carbo because they have the yellow tail. See again here. See, that means not far away will be the bigger mullets. But from here up to 100 meters out, you can't fish. So Neta said back in the Coup d'etat days, there will come some days and fish around here and then bring it for the military, the navy, the policemen, for them to feast, and then they would leave again. It happened a few times, and yeah, but other than that, it was a very, very guarded place, as I explained before, you couldn't cross here, and a lot of the outer islands use this crossing to make their way into Suva, so they had to make a detour all the way around and then come back that way to Suva. Instead of just crossing here and then direct to Suva, they have to go all the way around. Then of course it made it more expensive for them to come to Suva, some of the outer islands we are talking about is Nairai, Batsiki, Ngau Island in the Lomeviti group, They come really far away. Oh, it's an eel. People, look. This eel eating. Can you see? See that? Oh, look at that. See, this is what I mean, man. Healthy ecosystem here. Because you're not allowed to fish 100 meters from here to 100 meters out. Look at this. Gotta watch out for this, they can bite and it will hurt. Sea water eel. This island has a lot of history. A lot of fish as well. Okay, let's see here if this is the track or... Yeah, there's a track. Let's try to go inside and see how it is. Oh, what is that? What is a dog or? Look, I think this is the track that Nita was talking about. I just couldn't see it from the other side. Oh, look at this bucket tree. Body. Big ones. Bruh. See the bucket of water there. I think I saw a dog running there. Or cat or something. Let's go inside here. Have a look. Okay. Now it's getting more bushy. Maybe it was here. George Speight went for a walk, jungle walk, during his days, thinking about what happened, you know. Oh, okay, it was here. All right, now we are back. Look, haha! Back. I thought it was over there, but I had to see the track, eh? Because over there it's more cut. Well, anyways, we are back again. But that is Coup Prison Island back then. Now it's Picnic Island. More soft name to it, eh? Because if you ask, hey, do you want to come and picnic at Coup Prison Island? No. No thanks. Hey, do you want to come to Nukulau Island, aka Picnic Island, for picnic? You'll be like, yeah, sure, man. Let's go, of course, always. Number one. People, I think over here is where the caretakers, where the caretaker lives. Let's go and have a look. Can you see people? Looks quite nice. Let's see. Ooh. Storeroom. We have a good view from here. You can see the residents, the caretakers home. But yeah, look, lovely view, eh? Boy, people, it's now time for us to head back. You can see the captain there. Look, look, look. He's sleeping. So Fijian to sleep like that, you know, under the palm trees. But now he's awake. Okay, people, it's time for us to leave Coup Island, head back towards the mainland. It's been real. It's been a nice experience to finally see, you know, that this little island holds a lot of history, not only for the Itoke Fijians but also for the Indo-Fijians, you know, where the first Indians came to Fiji for labor, and now generations later they can call it home, you know. Very lovely. Boy, the weather lately in Suva has been amazing, because most of the time it's just raining, you know, and you understand why. Look, it's always like this cloudy, because a lot of mountains, you know.